Hello everybody, Interrupts here. Welcome back to The Hunter Called the Wild. Once again in Africa. This isn't South Africa, I don't know why I'm trying to do a South African accent. Anyways, so here we are in Africa, and there actually was an update just recently here. They actually added a new collar to the game, which is this guy right here. And this guy, it attracts multiple animals now. Where is it here? The wheeze, the buck snort wheeze collar. So this is good for white-tailed deers, springbok, and blue wildebeest, and there's one more I can't read on there apparently. And I think it's black-tail and white-tailed deer. Yeah, let me see if I can get into the codex here and bring it up. Wildlife, no. Hunter. Oh, there it is. Animal calls. Doesn't say, but anyways. That collar right there, the new one, collars, that one right there, will attract a number of animals now, which is good. So whitetail, springbok, blue wildebeest, and don't know why I can't see the other one in there. There's one more in there. And this is what it sounds like. Yeah. When I first heard that, I was kind of like, whoa, that's ridiculous, but I guess that works. It does retract animals. I have tried it already. Also, they made their change they made is that the pig collar now. Let's see if I got it. Nope. Right one? No. That will attract wild boars, or warthogs, I should say, now in this game. So they made it a bit better. I suppose for some people, like I kind of liked a little bit of the challenge aspect, but there was like you did basically you could walk for quite a long time and not see anything, because you would, if you just walked around, you would scare them. So you really had to be a lot more stealthy in the previous update of the game. So that's what's going down. So they've made that change. They made it a bit easier for all intents and purposes. They actually decreased the sensitivity of the animals, so now you're more likely to run into the animals. Like this is for me, let's say like in Leighton Lakes or Leighton Lows or Hirschfelden, you'd be able to walk around and then you encounter an animal, whereas in Virunga, when they first released it, you could walk around and maybe you would encounter an animal, maybe you wouldn't, sort of thing. So that's what they've done with it. They've made it so it's a bit easier, basically a bit easier for you to get into the game. So like what I found in the previous update of the game is I would be walking around and playing, and I wouldn't encounter anything for too long, I guess is the best way to describe it. So like you can go or like 10-15 minutes and may not find anything, but when you're going like half an hour, 45 minutes not seeing anything, then you're kind of like, well, what am I doing here? And then in that scenario, you basically have to case out a specific area once you find like a feeding area or something like that. So that's why I'm happy they made that change there. So it's good to see. It makes it a bit more enjoyable. Now, not to say, like right now, I'm just walking in a random direction, which is over here. I could go to this lookout, I suppose. It's en route. And I'm just walking here because that's my next kind of mission area that I'm going to. So, and the reason why I'm walking and not taking the ATV is because I want to encounter animals. As soon as you hop on the ATV, you're going to scare everything away. But like I said, there is the lookout point it's kind of en route here. So if we head up here to the water, I suspect we'll probably find something. Let's go for a little bit of a jog here. Maybe we will see what happens. But yeah, those are the few changes they've made. They also decreased the, like I said, I think I said it before maybe, they decreased the cost of the new gun and the ammunition for that gun as well. I already had purchased the gun, so
You've got the hunter's sense. Follow those tracks.
Okay. I already bought the gun and some ammunition for it, so I was kind of SOL in that case, but that's okay. Now, the reason why I'm walking, or I say running towards this water hole, is because in any of the maps, basically any kind of water you find is usually a good spot for some animals. And I don't see any tracks here at the moment yet anyway, so heading there at a run isn't going to hurt me at all at this point in time, because there don't appear to be any animals here at all. But you have to admit, it's a pretty spectacular game. And then you can just have like sunrises like that. Well, let's see if I can get that tree in here. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I really like this game for the visual aspects of it. I don't know. I was waiting for a game for a long time, like a hunting style simulation game like this. And there wasn't anything. There was the Hunter Classic, but I didn't like the paywall they put on those ones. I don't mind the DLCs because that means you can get it or you don't have to get it, and you still have quite a lot of opportunity to play the game and enjoy it without getting the DLCs. Like for example, Varanga's the DLC you can get the Goose DLC, the Wild Goose DLC as well. Although you can still hunt geese without that DLC, so which is kind of cool. So they added the animal to the game, or to the map, I should say, and then they made it so you could still hunt them even though you didn't have the 20 gauge rifle or shotgun, I should say. All right, so we're coming up on this watering hole up here. I still haven't seen any tracks yet, which is kind of funny. It's always the case though. But I suspect as we get closer, we should encounter something, I hope. And I always carry the tent with me because I just like to... Lately I've discovered that I like to stop in certain areas and just quote-unquote camp out there until I come back in the game. And then the nice thing with the tent is you just spawn back at the same spot where you had the tent. Let's go ahead and start walking here in case we actually encounter something up here. So... yeah, but those are the couple changes they've made to the game. I think they're positive changes. They made it easier. It's kind of like, you know, when World of Warcraft first came out, it was difficult. The dungeons and whatnot were really difficult. Well, there's some tracks there. Were difficult, and then now they've made them pretty easy. So you can do like a pickup raid. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but you can do a pickup raid now, or a pickup group really easily, and then do the raid. But it never used to be that easy. You had to get 40 people together, or 20, or 5, or 10, whatever it happened to be. Alright, what do we got here? This looks like Springbok or something? Blue wildebeest cantering away. That's not helpful for us at all. I want to see some animals here. And one thing I have discovered though is I haven't seen, like, in other maps I've discovered, I think it was Late and Low specifically, you'll often see animals around the watering holes, around the edges, but so far in this map I haven't seen that. Like, if we go up to the edge up here and take a look around, we may see nothing around the edges, which is kind of surprising actually. Like, maybe I've spooked them with my heavy foot, or my I don't know. Like, also if you take a look right here, if I stand in these weeds like this, I'm invisible. Well, my profile is invisible, let's just say that. Yeah, let's go to here. Are there any animals over there? Yeah, like normally you'd see some animals on the edge here, but so far, every time I got to a watering hole like this, I have looked and I haven't seen anything, so it just surprises me a little bit. You'd think you'd spot like a group of whatever just hanging out there, but so far I haven't seen anything like that, so not yet at least. Alright. Let's go back to a run here and see if we can't encounter something. Although I seem to find that on this particular map, when you find something, you tend to find a lot of animals. But when you don't see anything, you don't see anything for a while. So it's kind of like I don't know if they travel in groups or whatnot, but it always seems to be the case where there seems to be a large number of them all clustered together, of different animals, not necessarily one specific type of animal, but different animals often. So that looks like a what do you call it, a blind over there. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Let's see what we can see. Also, I've actually finally gotten a Cape Buffalo, which is kind of interesting. The funny thing is that Cape Buffalo was it was a hard one, hard Cape Buffalo, like in terms of difficulty. I think it was like 7. And I was just walking around and I must have spooked it or something, and it came out, walked out in front of me, and it just stopped broadside to me. So it was kind of sweet. It's pretty sweet that it worked out that way, because I've seen some other buffaloes, and so far it's the only one that's kind of stopped right in front of me like that. I don't know where that was coming from, but I could hear it. I don't know if you guys heard that sound or not. It sounded like it might have been a Cape Buffalo. Got some tracks up here. If it is a buffalo, though, let's be prepared for it, because... No, it's not a buffalo. That's like a rabbit. This one is, at least. Ooh, very fresh. Maybe we'll be able to get ourselves a rabbit here. That's like one of the few animals I haven't gotten yet, actually. At least on this map. If you hear the warning thump, apparently that's no, that's not that. That's something different. No. Warthog, very old. It's not good for us. And this is a rabbit again. Just now. And that's a rabbit there. They looked pretty big last time I saw them. I was holding up in an area waiting for other animals, and I could hear like this pitter patter around me. It was rabbits. I couldn't figure out what it was for a while until I saw one. I was like, oh. Because I was expecting a big animal, but no. Nothing there. Okay, well, that's not a rabbit anymore. Side striped jackal. What's this over here? That's a male and a female combination. That's something different. That's a jackal again too. Why are they all heading away from the water? Every time I see like I don't know, you can call like a piece of a weed flying through the air, I constantly think it's an animal off in the distance, but really it's just like a little piece of pollen or something floating around. Alright, don't see anything up here. That's rabbits again. They must be in here somewhere. And this is rabbits as well. So I may find a feeding area or something back in here. This is very old now again though. Very old. What's this over here? It's probably very old as well. But it means they're around this area somewhere. And there's that blind we were looking at before. So maybe there's some feeding spots up here. I don't see anything though. Not yet, at least. That's just more rabbits. It's funny, that bird always throws me off. What do we got? Again. This is blind up here. That's fine. Oh, what was that? Warning call? Warthog? Oh, that's good for us. No, we don't need the snort. Don't need the rattle. Let's see if we can, there we go. So this is supposed to attract the warthogs. Supposed to be the keyword here. So it returned our call, although it didn't come up with one of our audible. Let's see, where are ya? There's the axe for that's for the actual blind itself, but where did the warthog go? This is the wait. This becomes a waiting game now. Once you've found an animal, because you disturbed it somehow. What I always do is I always just walking around or sometimes running, depending. If you're on the ATV, it hardly ever works unless you can get off the ATV fast enough, which is never the case, and then line up with the animal and get it, which you can do sometimes, but pretty rarely. Where's this warthog? Maybe I spooked it too much. Usually if you scare them 2 times, like if they give you 2 warning calls, they'll run away. That's been my experience at least. So you often have to stop like I'm doing right now and try and call them back. But the hard part here is trying to locate them, because they could be, you know, anywhere in all this bush. So often having the binoculars up can be helpful. Often it's just, I find sometimes you can just have the binoculars off like this, but ready, is always helpful, because then you can spot them a bit easier, because you can just move around faster, basically. Really? Nothing here? Come on now. Now the annoying part is if you move, or say, now that I've called them a couple times and I go, it's like, okay, he's not coming, and I walk away, almost always I've discovered, not always, but a good chunk of the time, you'll end up scaring the animal you're trying to call in just because you can't see it. It's like it could be over there somewhere, for all I know. Although I don't hear it anymore and I don't see it, so that's kind of the hard call you got to make. Do you press on and say, okay, the animal's no longer there, or do you assume it's coming in? That's always the case. And the wind direction has changed now, which isn't good for us. Nope, I think he's a... I don't see that warthog anywhere. Let's see, what do we got here? Nope, nothing. Nothing on the radar. Now watch this. I'll just walk in this direction and I'll scare something. See? Yeah, now the wind's against me too. Do I have Scent Eliminator on me still? Yes. Like I said, almost always happens. Now the warthog's somewhere in this direction now. I haven't spotted it yet, so I have no idea. I have no idea where, how far, or if it's even within my range at this point in time. Like, I may scare it again, even though I put Scent Eliminator on, so we'll see. I do love coffee. Today's my coffee day. You got to enjoy every sip. Although the funny thing I kind of realized this morning is we've been using espresso beans as coffee. Well, they're classified as, like, I don't know, the brand of it is like just a President's Choice, but it's like President's Choice Espresso, so I don't know if it's actually espresso beans or not. Intended for espresso, but it comes in an awfully big bag if it's for espresso. No, I don't see anything over here. come out, wherever you are. So now the part is I need to spot this thing. What's that up there? Is that a place I haven't, it must be. A place I haven't claimed. Where's this warthog? Like I said, oftentimes when you scare them twice and they give you 2 warning calls like that, it's because they run off. But if he's over there somewhere, he'd be okay, because then he's not downwind of me. But I don't know where he is, so and this is where it comes into having some of your skills for stalking and whatnot. So being able to walk quieter through tall grass and stuff like that is a nice skill to have. So. Where is this warthog? Don't see anything yet. Seems to be an area up here. I can't tell if it's like a resting area or if it's a just a lot of tracks. I can hear a pig. I don't know where the pig is though. That's funny that it wasn't not a trackable call. Fresh rabbit tracks or droppings. It's not very helpful for me at all. I heard the warthog too. I could hear it. I don't know where it is though. I really don't. The great thing about this game is when you have earphones on, you can actually localize the calls. Oh, see? Yeah, it's downwind of me still. Even though I put some center limit on. I don't see it anywhere. Obviously I haven't scared it enough then, jeez. It's still hanging around. This looks like a resting area, a watering hole for the warthogs, I'm guessing. It's usually what these kind of tracks look like. Let's find out. Oh. Drinking air for a side-striped jackal. Oh, that was unexpected. Now the thing to be careful about is the warthogs will charge you. Just like everything else in this game. Oh, that's where the warthog went. Okay, now we have its tracks at least. So it's off in that direction now. Somewhere. Looks like I kind of did a little bit of a circling around here. This must be where I initially scared it, if it's running away here at least. It's trotting, so it's slowed down. Is this the same one coming back then? Maybe I can bring it in from here. Now that the wind's a bit better direction for us. I don't think it will be able to bring it in though. Not easily at least. Let's head to that tree up there. Better vantage point. Where are we here? Apparently in some states in the United States though, wild boars are quite prevalent. As far as I understand. Is that it right there? That is a tree. Just a tree, I think. Yeah, of course just a tree. What else would it be? Apparently this does not hide me at all. But this little bush will. Go figure. Where is this guy? Come on. It's somewhere around here. Now the funny thing is you can spend ages tracking something like this now. If it's like it may be a hard level difficulty, and that's why it's so not coming in very easily. Well, obviously it was downwind of me before, so that really doesn't help. But now it's not downwind of me, and I'm hidden, so maybe we'll be able to bring it in. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't see anything or hear anything right now, but I bet you the closer I move, the more likely I am to scare him. So if we can bring him back with a couple calls, that'd be the way to go about it. I don't see anything. Now the other thing you have to be careful about is if you make too many calls, that will also scare the animals away too. It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't in this scenario, so. Nope. Don't see the warthog. I've had situations happen where I'm looking for one specific animal like a warthog, something like that, and I start trying to call it in and end up calling other animals in. That's definitely happened before. Although it's not supposed to work, there is actually a skill you can get, and I actually, do I have a point? No, I thought I did. I must have already placed it somewhere. But there is a, what is it in? Skills. Yeah, so if you get this one, I think. Oh, I should get that one next though. Where's Ambusher, I think it is. Yeah, here it is. Adds a random chance of being able to draw a species in you're not normally supposed to draw in with your collar. Although even though I don't have that skill, I've still definitely done that. Like, you used a deer collar and moose have come in. Which is bizarre, but it definitely happens, so. I don't hear anything. And I have unfortunately run out of time. So for now, folks, unfortunately didn't catch anything today. That's the way the game goes sometimes. But you got to spend time exploring the game, exploring around, so that's part of it as well. Let's grab. Watch this, I'll probably see it now that I'm moving. I believe there's a camp up here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab our. Let's go ahead and grab our ATV real quick here. And just head over in that direction. Because I believe there's another camp. And this is how you definitely scare animals in this game. Where is it here? Let's put the marker on it. This guy right here. Oh, that's where it was. This is definitely a scare animal's way. And if there are animals in the area, you're probably going to find them by running away from you in a lot of cases like this. So let's take a quick little jaunt over here. This can be a good way of actually finding, like, see, there's an animal down there we're scaring. It can be a good area of finding, like, feed zones and watering holes, stuff like that. There we go. What is it up here? Oh, there it is. It looks like another place. It is indeed. So if I had gone to that lookout point, I probably would have known what it was, but we didn't, so. That's okay, though. Excellent. And with that, folks, that'll be it for me for today. Hope you enjoy. My name's Ian Robson. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more The Hunter Called the Wild. Catch you guys later.